Hey Gemini, welcome to your weekly reading. Let's do it. All right, Gemini. So I started your reading and then something weird happened. Camera died a couple times, but I don't want to start all the way over. So we have the first few cards out. So I'm just going to catch you up real quick. Is that okay? Yay! Thank you. So when I looked at what the blocks are between you and your person at this time, we have guilt, right? Someone is feeling guilty, right? Feeling like they have not measured up, they dropped the ball and they know it, right? Beating themselves up, like literally punishing themselves in their head, in their minds, right? This can also show up though as a projection, as a pretending not to care, pretending like, everything is okay, but really inside feeling, very low, depressed, anxious, okay? Now, what is the guilt about? Well, we had this abandonment card come up. Yes, somebody is not feeling good about how they left the connection hanging, how they left you hanging, right? They're clear that they deserted you on some level, and that has not made them feel good, right? Even though they may not be admitting this, this tears them up inside because they're fully aware that this is what they did, right? Now, even though they're aware of it, doesn't mean they're taking responsibility for it, right? We have avoidance. So someone is not taking responsibility. Someone is not taking action to right any wrongs here, right? Instead of dealing with it head on, they're acting like it doesn't even exist, They may be looking at you like, what are you even talking about, right? Now, how is this affecting the connection though? How is it actually affecting the connection? And that's where we got cut off. First card, girl talk. So this card is all about moving on, spending time with friends, living in the moment, appearing to be happily single. I feel like your person may be acting like everything is okay in their world. Like they're not affected in the least bit. They're just off having a good time, really enjoying themselves. But I feel like that's a mask, particularly with this guilt, abandonment, and avoidance. Yes, maybe they have moved on. Yes, maybe life is good for them on many levels, but at the same time, they know that this over here, what they created with you, it stinks, right? And so they're putting on this front so that you aren't aware that that's how they feel, okay? So what else? How else is the connection being affected? We have wedding rings. So this is about soul connections. This is about union, right? And this is preventing this from happening. But with it coming up with the girl talk card, I feel like your person kind of feels bad about this because this is something that deep down they actually want to have with you, right? They see you like you see them as your soulmate. They see you as that too. And they're clear that they're screwing that up right now. They're clear that, they're avoiding this union in this way, right? They're really avoiding it and they don't feel good about it. Look at that. Yeah. They want to escape the connection, but they can't. Twin flames, right? Yeah. I mean, you're the yin, you're their yin, they're your yang, right? You guys balance each other out. You guys complement each other, but at the same time, you trigger the mess out of each other. And so this is something that this person has not wanted to deal with, and so they've avoided it. But on the flip side of that, it comes with a lot of pain and guilt, because there's this pull between you two that they can't ignore, right? That's why we have the wedding rings here. Like, this is a deep attraction. They feel it. It's natural for them to want to come into union with you, but they also do a lot to resist it. So let's pull some tarot cards to get even more clarity around that. And I love that the Twin Flames card came out, Gemini, because you are the twins. So we have the World card. Yeah, this is a cycle that needs to come to an end between you and this person, but it's part of the process for you guys getting to this place of fulfilling this twin flame contract, right? And I love that this card is overseen by Archangel Michael, who I feel is the protector of twin flames. But Saturn also rules this card, which means, you know, there's some work to do around this in order for this cycle to come to completion. Like, this person is going to have to come out of this, you know, energy of not wanting to deal with the connection, whatever that looks like. Doesn't necessarily mean, because here's the deal, twin flame does not necessarily mean union. Does not mean that, right? This person has free will choice, but at the same time, what it does mean is whatever has come up, whatever has been shown to them as like their issue, in order for them to grow, evolve, develop, like, they're gonna have to do that work, right? There's no way around that. Look, Four of Wands though. So I think them doing the work may result in some sort of union, commitment, something, some agreement between you two that will stabilize the connection and bring you to a happier place. And that card is ruled by Venus, the Venus of love, right? And then we have the Empress, yeah, which is how they see you, right? I feel like this is how they see you, but I also feel like this represents what wants to be birthed into the connection, which is something new, right? Something nurturing, something loving, something healthy, right? But you got to go through this process. Like, this person is very much battling their ego at this time. They are in the fight of their lives with their ego self, and they're trying to, you know, allow the ego to win and to live. They have to get to a point where they understand it's not even a fight, right? Like, your ego compliments you, it helps you, but it also has to be kept in check, right? It can't run the show, not 100% of the time, right? So this person is doing their shadow work energy, and you know, you have to be in a space to allow that to happen, right? And you also have to make the free will choice that you get to make of whether or not, or how you want to be in relationship with this person while they're doing this work, right? If they are coming towards you and wanting to, you know, still have some sort of connection with you, physical connection, where you guys are like in each other's presence and talking and things like that, then you have to decide if that's something that's healthy for you at this time, while you see this person is in this kind of lower vibrational energy, right? Would you want them to come back like right now, like this? And would you want to, you know, be working through them with it? Well, you know, it's probably like, well, yeah, I'd love to do that if they would. So that's how you know. You have to cut the if they would, right? It's unconditional. You know, it's accepting as they are. So really looking at whether or not, you know, where they are right now is healthy for you. Okay. Let's now look at your energy. Let's look at what's going on with you. And for that, I want to use a certain deck that is right here. Okay. So for you, we have vanity. And for me, this means, you know, you're kind of concerned about how not just you look, but how things look, how this situation looks to other people. Destiny, right? You feeling like this connection is part of your destiny. And I feel like you have a picture of what that looks like. But here's the deal about destiny. It's constantly changing based on the decisions that we make, right? And we have no control over the decisions that other people make. So while we may want them to make a certain decision, they may not. And then our destiny changes, right? And then people question is like, well, if it changes, was it actually fated? Something to consider, right? There's no rules here. But I definitely feel like there's an attachment to what your destiny, your outcome looks like. And that's why we have the vanity and the destiny here. And when you start trying to control it, then it brings up all this confusion because you can't know what it looks like. It's not for you to know. You can make decisions in alignment with what it is you want, for sure. But even that doesn't secure or directly determine your destiny because there's so many other factors. There's so many other factors. So let's clarify this with some tarot. Okay, we have the World again coming out under vanity, right? So I feel like the World, it is about expecting positive outcomes, but the way you get to that point, to this completion, is by letting go, not being so attached, right? I also see the World card as having a need to be fulfilled in a way where other people actually recognize you as like a card of recognition. So with it coming out under the vanity card, I feel like this card is about you wanting to be recognized by this person in some way, right? And that may be something that you have to let go of. And then under destiny, we have the Hermit card. Yeah. So it's like, I feel like and it came out under Hermit and Four of Wands. I feel like you are very much diving deep within yourself to figure out what it is you want. We have the Twin Flame card here, but it doesn't mean, like, Twin Flame doesn't mean you have to be together. So it's like, based on where this person is right now, is this something that you want to be a part of your destiny? And if you question that, then maybe you need to change it. Right? So I feel like there's some soul searching going on, some introspection, really, taking time out to really engage with the inner self to figure out for yourself if this is the path, the track you want to be on, right? In terms of, establishing a relationship in the physical world with this person. You guys, if you are indeed twin flames, which I'm going to say you are, you get to make a choice. You'll always be connected energetically and emotionally, but it doesn't mean that you guys have to be connected physically. So that's something you get to, look at for yourself. And then under Twin Flames, Empress, and Confusion, we got the Temperance card. So with the Twin Flame connection, part of the ascension process is developing a deep and strong inner knowing about the connection, because there's going to be so much in the world that, causes you to, or that may cause you to question the connection, because it's going to be so much in the world that, when put up against this twin flame connection, will say, this isn't real. This isn't possible. This isn't real. You made this all up, right? And so you being, because this Empress here, that's you. divine feminine, being able to balance your energy in a way where you don't allow yourself to get caught up into those kinds of questions that not only diminish the energy of the relationship, but diminish the energy within yourself, right? Because only you get to determine what this connection is. You know, there are theories, there are definitions of terms, but no one feels what you feel, right? Only you feel what you feel. And you know if what you feel is real, or if it's, you know, being conjured up by something other than your highest self. Right here in front of me. Okay. All right, so we have the wheel again in terms of the energy of the connection. So I feel like, you know, this is like the karmic wheel turning, you know, and I like that because it means that everything is happening as it always does with divine purpose and in divine order, right? But sometimes we either attach ourselves to the wheel where we feel like we're being dragged, right? Or we're too busy trying to actually direct the wheel, turn it in the way that we want to go, that we end up missing something. And so I feel like the advice here is to take the path of least resistance. Don't try to control this wheel. You really have no idea where it's going to go, nor would you even want to, right? Be surprised. Allow the element of surprise to work here for you, right? Then we have the temptress. And be careful not to go into this seductress energy. Like this is like the female devil, right? There's deceit there. She's wearing a mask. And there's no follow through on her part. So right now the connection is elevating to a place where a deeper level of commitment is required in order for it to be elevated, ascended to the next level. And you don't want to try and manipulate that or coerce your person into, you know, going in the direction that you want them to. You want it to be innocent. You want it to be natural. You want it to unfold in its own divine timing. So allow that. All right, Gemini. So what I want to do now is look at how your person feels about you, what messages they have for you, and what advice Spirit has for you specifically on how to move forward. So we'll jump on over to the extended. You can find the information in the description box below. And other than that, it has been a pleasure reading for you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and share. Like, don't keep it all to yourself. Share this message out, okay? And I will see you in the extended reading. And if this is where we part ways, no biggie. Remember, you are worthy and you are loved. Peace.